Welcome friends. Last time we were looking at this template from n8n which automates web crawling and URL discovery. It's basically a site mapper that can map any website that you give it. I have shown the complete demo in the preceding videos. If you have not watched those, I would recommend watching those first because then only today's video will make much more sense. This is a huge revolution in software and can really help with backend development and really make an impact on today's society as well. So coming to the topic, let's start our Dockerized setup for n8n, and we had created Docker Compose in the last video, and you can see we can initialize the n8n container, and it will start working because it was showing connection lost. Now if I like reload it, we'll be ready to go. Now last time we saw how we extended this branch and how we made it more intelligent by making it remember the URLs that it was trying to scrape. This time we will see how we will integrate an AI agent in this entire workflow, and what does that mean, what kind of benefits and powers does that provide, and how it helps in this entire scenario. So this is the AI agent node that I'm talking about. This is the infamous AI agent node. Now you can see that it has three extensions: chat model, memory, and tool. So first we'll start with chat model, uh, the most famous one, OpenAI, because I have already purchased the credits for OpenAI. If you don't, then you are living in the 21st century, my guys. I promote you to, I advise you to go and buy actually API credits for any API out there. You can buy DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini, OpenAI, Anthropic, anything. But some degree of AI usage is promoted these days. So this is the OpenAI playground. You can come to it simply by typing OpenAI playground. This is the official OpenAI API provided by the official website, and you get to sign in and normal stuff, nothing crazy. You can even use Google sign in these days. It will show you your usage, models, token count, how are you using your tokens. And if you click on these settings, that top right corner, then you can also go in billing section and also see the credits that are pending. Then there is the API key section where you can go and create a new API key, n8n key 2, because I did this a few times just to show you. And we can create a key and copy, and over here we'll go and configure this account, create new credentials, click on create new credentials, and copy this API key over here. Organization ID is optional, so we don't need to enter it. Base URL has been populated automatically. Allowed HTTP request domains, these are the domains that are allowed, all just for testing purposes. Nobody knows this key, so it should be fine. Once you click on save, if the API keys and all the details that you enter were correct, it will say connection tested successfully. So that is that. And now it is on the newly created credential account that we have created for this purpose. Next, we go to the memory bit. Memory bit is the interesting bit. Now, you can see that there are a few options over here: simple memory, MongoDB chat, Motorhead, Postgres, Redis, Zata, and there might be some more in the future. But like, what is the meaning of for beginners over there? Why would we prefer these memories over this memory? And what are the benefits of using Postgres or Redis or Zata in our case scenario? So first, let's begin with using simple memory in this project. Why? People might have the question, okay, why are you even trying to get us to configure something so complicated? And I'll give you good strong reasons for that. Now let's say that we configure this simple memory node, and what is this? Okay, so now we ask it, or we can't ask it because we have not connected the chat node. Chat node is still connected over there, so we need to first import this chat node over here and connect it to the AI agent so we can talk to it. This is how easy it is to configure AI agents. not having to go through Python. So, what is my name? Our goal is to make this agent remember my name, so that even if I close the browser, if I do anything to it, like the agent should remember my name always. So it says that I don't have access to your personal information. Share it with me. What would you like me to call you? What would you like me to call you? Yep. So it is right. It doesn't know my name, so I should give my name. My name is Ganesh Mittal, and let's say I am 24 years old. So now it knows me. Nice to meet you, Ganesh Mittal. How can I assist you today? So now if I ask it again, what is my name? It will always, obviously, it will be able to tell me, but you'll be like, okay, what is this? Like, why do we even need memory for this? Because OpenAI's context, API context can do this. Like, it is nothing. So by mistake, let's say that you were like, first you even save this. So we save this current project status, and then we, by mistake, the browser goes down and we shut it down. So in that case, what would happen? You reloaded the page, or let's say the browser shut down, or like some error happens, and if you type what is your name, what is my name? Sorry, what is my name? The agent will again say, I don't have access to your personal information about you unless you share it with me. So it's not just this. Let's say that the environment was running in production and we shut down the container and the container got restarted. Docker 8 restart n8n. We restarted this running container. Okay. So in that case also the connection was lost, and now if you regain the connection, again it will say like, like what is your name, what is my name, sorry. Why do I keep asking its name? So it doesn't have that information. Even if I provide it Kanish Mittal, and then again if we just try to restart it from here, like anything that goes wrong will impact your data that you have. So nice to meet you. Now again if I say that what is my name, I don't have access to your information, and you just saw that I provided it my name. This is the problem with this simple memory. That is why we cannot use it in any production environment or even for normal testing purposes, because it will just keep forgetting or if we shut down the browser or forget to save it, or like, n number of reasons. This is not persistent memory, because the memory has to persist. So this is what the meaning of simple memory in memory, uh, the node was talking about this. So if we just type memory, sorry, we did this right, yes. So stores in n8n memory, so no credentials required. So credentials were not required, but this was like stored in the RAM, like the working RAM of the process that was invoked by this application. So if we close the process or the process gets disrupted, the entire data, your data, like your core data, right now it's just the name. Let's say that you stored some tables or like something like that. Another problem with the simple memory node, we don't have to configure it or anything like that. It is very easy to use it. You can just use it by directly connecting to it. But visualization, uh, let's say even if I don't go down, I have a system that is so perfect that doesn't go down, and there is no issues with that, and it doesn't have that information right now. So let's say I give it that information, and Ganesh Methal and 24 years. Okay, so this is the information I give it, and nice to meet you, Ganesh Mittal, and everything like that. But where is the chat saved? How will you see that chat? How will you visualize the chat? How will you edit that? Like how are we to query that information in the future? Like, so these are some problems that we need to start thinking about if we actually want to extract value out of this system. So obviously this is not be usable in any kind of scenario, be it staging, testing, or development. So these are some problems that will be solved by other memories that we have. Now people can have their own choices. They are comfortable with NoSQL, they are comfortable with SQL, they are comfortable with the Redis query language or whatever format it uses, or whatever Zata uses, or whatever this motor edit. I have never even heard about it. For the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to use our own industry standard Postgres. It works everywhere. It is scalable. It is highly, sought after, and it is looked after. Like it's an updated library, so you don't need to worry about that. There's long time support over this. So let's see the Postgres chat memory and how this would work out for us. Now, uh, Postgres, you will say that we could use a third party provider or something like that to stand up a Postgres service. So basically Postgres as a service could be stood up in a dockerized, in a containerized environment, just like we stood up n8n using Docker. So Postgres officially provides its images that people can download and use in their own projects basically. So you can see the recent version is 17.6, but we are not going to use that much high. Let's stick to 15, 16. It should be fine. So Postgres chat memory. Now for setting this up, we need to create a Postgres account credentials. Now you've seen that there's already a Postgres account credentials, but these are old credentials. I just create some new credentials right in front of you. But before that, we need to set up Postgres locally on our PC. Now you could do this using other providers also, and n8n also has support for that. Supabase, and I think Render also, like it doesn't have support for that, but render.com is also a very good website that you can use to get Postgres, render Postgres. So you can see that this is the like a cloud hosted version of Postgres. Basically, you're delegating away your Postgres related operations to render, or you can use Supabase also. You can use this official hosted solution provided by Supabase. Go over there, register your account, and get your own key and credentials that you'll require in the n8n console. So you can use that as well. But all of this will come with a cost. Like, you get me? It's just like, if there is a cost if you don't use it or can't use it to its full extent. For example, $25 per month will provide you with 100,000 monthly active users. If you can't get at least 1,000 monthly active users, then what is the point of paying that? Or for testing purposes or for development purposes, you can't be expected to pay, right? Because you might not have the time to actually develop it all the time. You might just be able to work at it for like 2 hours per day. So you should not pay this much, because these small costs will start to accumulate at the end, and will hamper the project in the long run. So right now I will show you how to host a Postgres locally using Docker. Now it is very simple. We will just go to Claude AI and tell it that how give me a Docker command to run Postgres 15 locally. So you can see that it has given us a Docker command to run Postgres locally. These are the flags that are required. Docker is just the CLI tool. Run is just the functionality provided by the CLI tool. We have to pass in the name of the database. Postgres DB is my DB, so this is the name of the container. I think, yes, this is the name of the container. Postgres user is the name of the user. Postgres password, DB, port number, the volume mount where the data will be persisted locally on your PC or the host PC, and detached mode. And this is the image tag Postgres 15, which will be pulled from the internet. Now this is one more command. Now we could also add Postgres to the services section over here, for example, and connect it to the part of this n8n, but this will burden the server and it will be more complicated. Right now I don't want to do that. Instead, what I suggest is, like, I don't want to remember this command every time I want to stand up my Postgres container. You get me? Like, this is a big command, and like obviously it is prone to human errors. So again, there is a small automation built around this. Make files can help us. If you're using Mac and a Linux based system, make is something that is inherently present in the system. Like, it is already there. You don't even need to do brew install make. So this is just a facility to help you, abstract away that command remembering part. You can create a simple makefile using Claude. So now give me a makefile to run this container. Simple as that. This is how we use AI. And see, it created the variables also properly. Docker run name Postgres container, like, but it made it very complicated. I'll just ask it to tone it down a little. So I don't need this complicated script. Give me a simple one. It's a simple makefile. So now look at this. Now look at this one. This is how to use AI. Makefiles, generally, if you want to create a makefile, you create one makefile for one project. So last time we created one Docker Compose. This time we are creating simply a makefile. All of this code has been linked in the description. You can go and check that code out as well if you need it. So make is something that is already present as a CLI tool on every terminal inside of a Mac based ecosystem. Uh, so now if we run makeup, it will just start running this command. Yep, as suggested by Claude. Make up, and it has created the container, my friends. That's simple. You can even see Postgres 15 has been configured. Database is ready to accept connections. Nothing required. No Superbase subscription. I have not paid one penny, and nothing ever will be required. Locally, you can save your data and test all you want. Superbase is actually required for staging or production or UAT based environments, which we will discuss about in the future. But once you have some kind of setup, like yes, this is a working product or this is like a working MVP, then I would suggest paying a single penny over this. So we run makeup, and we can even run make down to stop the container, make clean to stop and remove the container. How good documentations there are. There are other tools also like mice on plus. This is a French software. Sorry, this is a French name. I don't know if it's a French software or not, but yeah, this is also one of the like mice to manage multiple versions of Node. It's like a package manager. Like there is PyEnv, RBenv, and like different types of like short demo showing how mice helps manages multiple versions of tools like Node.js, Python, Ruby, Go, Terraform, Rip, grep, JQ, and more. Like, so it's a very powerful tool that you can use to automate your simple tasks if you don't want to prefer the makefile. So that is how we make the file, and we stand up a Postgres container locally and set it up. It's that simple. So we managed to set up the user password in this. Now comes the data visualization part. Okay, what happens when we enter a message to it? It will be saved. Earlier it was not saved when we were using this simple memory node. It was not being saved. Whenever we reloaded, it got deleted. Now our topic is, now our aim is to like save the data. So we were trying to configure this, and if we create new credentials over here, so now you can see that there is a host, database, user, password. These are the details that we need to enter, and we just set it up in like our makefile command. So host is localhost. In this, there is one small little trick. Like it will not be localhost per se. It will be host dot internal dot docker. This is how you basically uh, like point to dockerized versions of Postgres. If Postgres was like running locally using some terminal, then you could have done localhost. But right now it's not on localhost. It is running in the dockerized setup. So you'll have to target that port specifically using this syntax, not the localhost. This is like a small trick or a hack over here that works every time. Now, the user is my user, password is my password, the DB is my DB, SSL is disabled, port is 5432, SSH tunnel is disabled, and we save, and we are getting an error because I think this is not correct. Is it host.docker.internal to target dockerized Postgres? A simple question to Claude will solve all your problems. So host.docker.internal. Now if we retry, connection tested successfully. So these are the small errors that AI can help you resolve. And save. So once we save, the connection has been tested successfully to the Postgres container that we had. So this configuration is like we just configured the Postgres account too. And okay, let's go on the options as well. Session ID, connected chat trigger node, define below. So what happens is basically it requires a session ID to operate and save the chat that you're trying to give it. So let's say if I ask it what is my name, it will save that using the session ID, that in this session ID this was asked. So that is why this is required. And these two options are basically saying that session ID is provided by the chat trigger node automatically. Either you can use that or you can define an expression to use it to basically use that. But I am not going to do that. I am going to just use the default one, session ID from previous node, json.session ID, json.session ID, because it has been connected to the chat node. Now the table name n8n chat histories, this is something that will be created by this memory specifically. This is the only part where we have the table creation authority in n8n. Generally, we are not allowed to create tables in n8n, but we will show you how to overcome that as well and automate that part as well. Specifically, n8n is a powerful tool when it comes to database automations only. This is the main purpose of me using this, because I'll be able to explain you and show you what is actually happening in the backend. Now the next option is context window length 5. This is irrelevant over here because we will not query it using this. We are just saving it using this Postgres chat memory. We are saving the conversation we are having with the AI using this post chat memory node. So now I've discussed all the options that were there. Now, one more thing, like how to, let's say that we ask it a question. Okay, uh, are you there? So you can see that everything was successful. Two items were saved in this Postgres SQL chat memory, and this the AI agent and OpenAI chat model answered, yes, I am here. How can I assist you today? As simple as that. Now, how can I see this? Like earlier in the simple memory, there was a problem of visualization. Like we could not see anything, we could not change anything. This is what Superbase charges for. They provide you a proper visual dashboard, and you can properly connect to a database, and they'll show you all the tables in real time and all the deletions that are happening in real time, the schema creations. They will try to provide you more and more options, but all of that is available for free, my friends. There is this software called Table Plus. If you guys didn't know about this, this is like a database visualization tool that you can use to connect to local Postgres containers that might be running on your own local hosted PC. So this is a much better alternative for systems like Superbase. So you can use this to uh, basically connect to the local running Postgres hosted version, and that completely replaces the Superbase requirements if you are beginning, or if you are a beginner, or if you are just testing out some projects. So I have already installed this. If you have not installed this, I would advise you to go and install this right now. It's very simple installation. Now over here, there is this option just to click a new connection, and then you see how many different types of DB it supports. So we are just going to select PostgreSQL, and there we have to enter a name, n8n. This will be same. This is same as that host.docker.internal trick. 1.127.0.1 is the default address for all those kind of networking stuff. Now user is my user, I think. We need to enter the same details everywhere. My user, this is my password, and this is my DB. SSL is disabled, test, and everything goes green. Once you click on test, if something was not correct, it will show you an error. So this is the power of the software. And test, everything is green. We connect to it. We can even see the table. We can see the chat and everything. We can see the session IDs. We just asked it this question. So now we have access to all our chat histories, and whatever we have been doing, it is working. It is going inside of the database. We can even test it. So what is 1 plus 1 2 5 6 7 8 and equal 2? So the chat model will answer 1 2 3 4 5 6 plus 1 is 1 2 3 4 5 7. That's correct. And we can also refresh the table plus to see that this question is being populated over here as well. So the insert is working. Now the interesting bit, the the query bit, like how do we actually query this database or this database that we have created for the relevant details. Because right now if I like try to ask it, even after giving my name, so I gave it my name. So let's ask it without I think what is my name. It won't be able to get my name. So I don't have access to your name unless you tell me. And if I tell it also Kanishk Mittal and 24 years old. So right now, nice to meet you, Kanishk Mittal. It is okay that you are 24 years old, and like I'm not supposed to talk about myself. Now this data was saved over here. So it now has this name and age in the conversation history. Okay, that is saved inside of our database. But for like, what is my name? Tell me again. If I ask it, so I think right now it will give me, okay, your name is Kanish Mittal, because this is not saved in the, this is not coming from this chat. It is not searching anything. It is just using its own context, the API context that OpenAI provides to provide me with the answer. Now, if I reload the page over here, like once I save stuff and reload the page, so you can see that everything has been configured as it was. And now if I ask it what is my name, I don't know your name since you have not shared it with me. And we can see that still the data is present, but still, like you can see the chat is being appended as well. So the database is being persisted no matter what. This is like the source of truth. This will not change now. And you can even see it. The visualization part is also clear for free. Now, the interesting bit, how to query it so that it remembers every time when I ask it, I reload it, I shut it down. None of that matters. None of that should matter. That is what the internet lacks. Now, internet has different types of solutions for it. People have implemented entire RAG applications, vector stores for something so simple, and missed out the key points inside of this. There's this tool option where you can call another n8n workflow. Now this is where things become interesting. So what you can basically do is, firstly, you can attach multiple tools to this AI agent. I can attach code blocks also. You can attach multiple tools to this AI agent. I will not need code blocks, but I'm just showing that you can attach multiple n8n workflows to this agent. And this is just another n8n workflow like so, which we are creating right now, which will take some input and provide some output to this AI agent based on its own thinking of the requirement of that information or not. Now, what do I mean by that? So, for this purpose, I'll have to create first. Let me save what I have created. Now I'll go back and I'll create a new workflow. Now over here I will just add a trigger, manual trigger, that is a click trigger. You can just click it and it will say okay, it will start executing whatever you want. Now if you search for Postgres over here, you will see the general options that are provided by n8n itself. You can see delete table and rows, execute a SQL query, insert rows, select rows from a table. Now, this is something that we want. This is something that we need. And we have already set up a Postgres account. We know that once we set a credential, we can use this across all of the nodes in n8n. We just select that. Uh, we select the query that we want from list public, like schema, which schema. So the schema can be seen over here also in table plus, our data visualization tool, and table from list. So this is also a drop down, and you cannot make a mistake over here. We can just select the table, and now it will ask for a limit. Till what limit does that select should work? So okay, 50, first 50 options that it finds, or 5 options that it finds, or 25 options that it finds. Let's set a limit of 50. We don't have 50 entries right now, we just have 10 or 12, but you can see how serialized it is, how session ID it is. You can query it using your own session ID, and like it has advanced features. Like these are advanced features, and this will take a lot of code to implement otherwise. Now if you click on execute, you can see it can get all of the entries from the database that we were talking about. So this is the query bit. You get me? Now this is a workflow that we have created, and this is the SQL query workflow that we have created in our personal workspace. That's simple. Like this solution is not there uh, any other like on any other channel. So now we go to our personal, and this one is the wrong one, this one is the correct one. Okay, so now if I go over here, and we are supposed to first set a source, set a description, and set the workflow which needs to be called. So the workflow is just the one we created, SQL query workflow, the one that we created just now in front of you, and source, and now this description. Now this description is basically telling, it's a small description of what this workflow is doing for the agent. Like basically we are supposed to describe this. Now it is as simple as going in Claude, and Claude, I need a description for this SQL query workflow. It will fetch our conversation history and give it to the agent, based on which it can answer questions like what is your name, age, or you know general stuff. Give me a good description for it, small one, 4-5 lines. Claude will do its magic for Claude, and we select, and now it is working. Might be the node might be sticky. Now it is working. So let's refresh this chat, and now let's ask it what is my name. I think this time it will be able to answer because the workflow is working. So your name is Kanishk Mittal. How can I assist you? Simple as that, my friends. Tell me. Now, if you reload it, you save the changes obviously, and then reload it. What is my name? It again fetched the items from the database. It is saving the conversation as well. It is saving the conversation as well, and it is fetching the items as well. So what is my age? Your age is 26 years old. It is there anything you would like to know? So, get me. This is still working. My age correction. My age is 18 years old. Is 8 years old. Tell me this when I ask you. Great, got it. Your age is this. And now we go and we restart this container. Let's say that we restart this container. Okay, so docker restart n8n. And we have just restarted the container. You can see connection lost. And now it has gained the connection again. We reload it again. No matter what you do to this setup, it will never forget your name. What is my name? No vectorization, nothing was required. Your name is Ganesh Mittal. How can I assist you further? What is my age? Your age is 19 years old. So I think the context is wrong, but this is the small bits that you need to be careful about. This is how you can, save to a Postgres chat and query it as well at the same time. So this is how the AI agent basically works. These are the three chat pins that are available. This was a very simplistic example. I did not want to go into that vector store and everything. We will look at that in the next video, but then this error will go away as well. Like this age is 19 years old. It is trying to do some calculation or something like that over there, but we have to instruct it properly, and the context needs to be fetched from a proper vectorized store that will be shown in subsequent videos. But the next part, about the ultimate next part, will be to integrate this agentic AI workflow in this scraping mechanism. And what we will do is try to make the AI remember the sitemaps that it has already scraped. you know Try to create a system that so that the AI agent can remember which sitemap it has scraped, and based on that only it will make the requests to the firecrawl, so as to save our tokens and save our money. So this was a small demo on how to integrate local Postgres with the n8n agentic AI workflow, how to visualize it, how to query it, and obviously you can add more queries as you require. And stay tuned for more. I will be updating this soon. And let me know if you have any other special requests in the comment section. If you like this video, please share and subscribe it. Thank you so much.